All right, we're rolling. Are we going to address the shirts? I don't know if we should or shouldn't. Maybe at the end.
It's the U.S. Open.
If you stay on to the very end, we'll explain the shirts.
Yeah,
but if you know, you know. U.S. Open finals are set at men's freestyle. I called one half. You called the other.
Yep.
We want to start at 57 kilograms?
Let's do it. 57
I'm gonna go
kilograms.
Luke Lillidaw gets the job done. Nico Provo started out 4-0, but Lightning Luke, he had his answer, and answer he did. Ends up winning, pretty lopsided. He's a pretty big favorite, among the bigger favorites of any wrestler in a field.
Yeah.
Luke Lillidaw, and he looked great.
Yeah, he's going to have Liam Cronin, and don't underestimate Cronin, All-American for Nebraska, and he's looking really tough. Took out Daniel DeShazer, who's been a mainstay on the senior level over the last few years. Liam Cronin is really tough. This is going to be a really close match for Luke Lillidaw.
And then moving up to 61 kilograms, I had Marcus Blaze versus Seth Gross. Gross got it back, and one thing with Seth Gross, and we're talking about Chance Marstow, these guys are great adjusters, they're great game planners. He made the adjustments against Marcus Blaze after losing to him at the World Team Trials, got it done. Marcus he was able to get in the legs sometimes, but more often than not, he wasn't able to score. Gross savvy, he did his 2-on-1 near leg in and was able to get the win over Marcus Blaze. And now, what's interesting for 57 and 61, this is the end of the line. If you don't win the U.S. Open, your opportunity to make that world
Vito's sitting in the finals, 61, Spencer 57.
Exactly.
So Marcus Blaze now got to go U20s.
Yeah.
But
it's a nice consolation prize for the U20 silver medalist.
Yeah, but Seth Gross will wrestle Jax Forrest, junior in high school. Jax Forrest, he's looking so good. Jax beat Ben DeVino in the semifinal and also beat Nishan Garrett. I mean, 61 was the weight of weights here at the U.S. Open, and it's kind of wild. It's Jax Forrest, who wasn't even registered for seniors like a week ago. Jax Forrest has looked so good. He lost to DeVino a couple years ago, U17s, made adjustments. And biggest thing I noticed about Jax, his baseline defense, not letting guys in on his legs. And man, he can score in bunches, and that's what he did against DeVino. So, man, how's that match going to go down?
I have no idea, and it feels like Seth, just with the experience and the savviness, and Seth feels like a guy you want to have a feel for before you can. But maybe the same could be true for Jax Forrest. I don't know if we're getting timed. Tyler keeps going.
What's our time limit, Tyler?
I don't know.
I thought I was helping you.
Well, I don't know what it matters.
He's going to wrap it up.
Christian always wants to know, how long was that? And I'm just periodically showing him, and now he's like mad at me for doing that.
I'm not mad.
You are the most easily distracting person.
I was confused. I was like, are we trying to hit a certain timeline? But I appreciate it. I just didn't know if there was something. Are we trying to keep it under 5 minutes? Because I'll go on and on.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Jax versus Seth. It's going to be a crazy one. I mean, I feel like Jax maybe has more offense, more ways to score, but Seth, his ability to score in bunches, and he'll really test Jax Forrest's parterre defense in a way no one else will. And that's where, if he gets on top, and it's hard to figure Seth not getting a chance from the top position, and that's why he's probably a slight favorite in this matchup.
It's going to be super fun, though.
It sounded like Jax was just killing it in training. He was down in Stillwater training, and they're like, I think they said, hey, you're ready.
U20s might not be fair.
Yeah. Well, Marcus Blaze could have something to say about that. But they're like, you're ready to make a senior world team run. Right, they were. And but we'll see. Yeah. He's got one more win to punch his ticket to Final X.
Yeah, huge test. And then up at 65, Joey McKenna, Jesse Mendez, familiar opponents, 2 Buckeyes. Tell us a little bit about their path to the finals. How did McKenna look?
Well, McKenna looked good, but he looked like he was going to be watching the finals until about 5 seconds
Aiden Valencia, right?
Aiden Valencia looked unbelievable, guys. I mean, this guy for Stanford, he is the real deal, and he was this close to knocking off Joey McKenna. McKenna gets a late, and I'm talking last 3 seconds, chest wrap. He's sprinting at him, gets Aiden down low, is able to counter for 2, and the win. I think a criteria 6-6 win. Crazy match. Aiden Valencia's right there, but Joey McKenna, so savvy at 65 kilograms.
Yeah, and Aiden had beat Real Woods prior to that, so this is not like McKenna regressing. It is Aiden Valencia.
He's here.
He's a real deal. I think he's still U20 eligible. So
he's going for both teams. He's gonna go to the World Team Trials.
Cool. Yeah, that's great. And then Jesse Mendez pulls off a win. Not pulls off, but holds on against Bo Bartlett. Mendez was up 4-2 late, and Bo Bartlett almost gets a go behind at the buzzer. They originally gave it to him and then took it back. So McKenna, Mendez final really feels like a toss-up.
These two only have close matches. But yeah, moving up to 70 kilograms, James Green doing what he does, workman-like win, dominates Will Lewan, punches his ticket to another U.S. Open final.
Yeah, and he'll wrestle Yanni Dakmahalis, who looks like Yanni of old, up at 70. He had a tough match against, was it Cardenas in the quarters?
Yeah, that was
and
close.
Then he kind of rolled up Andonian in the semis. And one thing people might forget, Yanni is, I think, 3-0 against James Green. He beat him twice in 2020 at the RTC Cup, and then again in 2021 at the DeGlane. So Yanni might be the favorite.
But I want to say those were all at 65, and that is a weight where James Green is not James Green.
Yeah.
James Green
that's
at
true.
70 is a different dude. I think you kind of throw those out the window.
Yeah.
I think they're both completely different from that period of time. Yanni's off surgery, up a weight. James Green's a new guy. He had that hip surgery. He wasn't going to get it. He got it. Now he feels like a new man. Throw it out. I think this is a toss-up.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Going to be fun. And then up at 74, maybe one of the most anticipated matches, David Carr, Mitchell Messenbrink.
We knew it was probably going to happen, and both these guys dominated to the finals. I had David Carr semi against, I don't even remember. I think it was Jared
Hughes?
Hughes.
Yeah, Jake Hughes.
Jared Hughes. I mean, it was just all David Carr. And he's just looked dominant the entire time. And I feel like he's a slight favorite over Mitchell Messenbrink. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I agree. Messenbrink beat Quincy Monday, and it was kind of a similar Messenbrink you see in folk style. First period, a little close, maybe 4-1, and then once he gets rolling, kind of busted it open, gets the tech fall. But one of the things you notice, guys get to Mitchell's legs in freestyle, and that's a little bit different than in folk style because can't scramble as much, can't expose, and that is the one weakness I think Messenbrink has to shore up, and the one area I think David Carr might be able to expose, but still, it's gonna be a match. Like I feel like I don't think Carr's gonna totally run away with it, right?
No, I wouldn't be surprised, but you got to remember, David Carr is the guy that solved the puzzle of finishing leg attacks on Keegan O'Toole in folk style, where you have more options.
Yeah.
Now it's freestyle. It feels like, but those are two very different wrestlers, but it does feel like David Carr has the edge there, and will be probably the most hyped finals, maybe that or 86, we'll see.
Yeah.
But moving up to 79 kilograms, Evan Wick looked fantastic against Simon Ruiz, who's very, very tough at 79, but Wick was kind of close there, and then he pulled away at the end. A lot of leg attacks. It seemed like he got a good read on what Ruiz was doing, and that was all he needed.
Yeah, it's similar with Hamady against Kennedy Monday. So Hamady gets a tech fall, but it was in the balance for, late in the second. Hamady was up 8-0, then Monday kind of comes back, but man, Hamady looks really, really good.
Yeah.
Super smooth on his feet. Might be able to shore up his transitions a little bit. I think that's the one area he could improve. But man, I think we were talking before, the tallest 79 kilogram final
the
of all
wingspan
time.
here is insane.
Yeah, Evan Wick, Hamady, it's gonna be great.
And then we go to 86 kilograms, Zahid Valencia, Chance Marsteller, a couple of world teamers, and Chance Marsteller, a master of tactics. He gets teched a couple months ago. He made this a match, but Zahid Valencia hung on for the 4-2 win.
Yeah, was he dealing with maybe a little injury? Had to take some injury time?
He took injury time.
Maybe just
was there an injury?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
He's a little tired. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
and then Zahid will wrestle Kyle Douglas Dake.
Oh my.
Oh man. So Kyle Dake, the question
He
is
had
like
Parker Keckeisen, by the way.
he had Parker Keckeisen and shut him down. I think it was 8-1, 9-1, and an 8-1 match, 9-1 match with Kyle Dake feels like 100-1. Felt like just insurmountable. Dake controlled start to finish. Keckeisen, as much offense as he has, really wasn't close to scoring at all, other than one step out. And man, the Dake Valencia match might be the match of the tournament
match,
for me,
yeah.
right?
Absolutely. And it feels like the winner there will be poised to potentially win a gold medal for Team USA. There's Olympic implications down the line, a lot to get into. Then we go to 92 kilograms. Who'd you have?
92 kilograms. I had Trent Hidley. Golly, I almost forgot. Trent Hidley versus Eric Schultz. Trent looks great. Trent looks like Trent Hidley getting to his underhooks, really powerful. And I think he's going to be a huge favorite against Aiden Sinclair. Aiden Sinclair, right? I mean,
Yeah. It was a
he's-
1-1 win.
And he's wrestling 86 tomorrow, U20s, or at least he's registered there.
Yeah.
Is he going to?
I don't know.
Do it?
Is he
I
gonna
don't
do
know.
it?
We'll see.
Aiden, I don't know. Maybe he should just win the U.S. Open. But
Yeah.
it was just a gritty fight between he and Mike Mock. Mike scored first, and then Aiden got the one, and then he was able to really stay. It looked like the hand fight was going to overwhelm Aiden. He figured it out, settled in, and Mike really couldn't move him, and he ends up winning a close one against Mike Mock.
Yeah.
We got a 97. J.I.L.O. Was a dominant winner. Looked fantastic. A lot of leg attacks against Ethan Laird. A lot of finishes. And he's gonna have his hands full.
Yeah, he's going to have Kyle Snyder.
He's gonna have Kyle.
He's
Snyder.
going to have
That's
Kyle
more
Snyder.
than a handful.
People forget though, J.I.L.O. beat a world champion within the last 5-6 months. Beat Ait Mukan out of Kazakhstan. So I don't know. Could be interesting.
Yeah, you know. You know. Don't say I don't know. You know. We
Yeah,
all know.
Snyder's a huge favorite.
Yeah, he is the man, Captain America for sure. And then we go up to heavyweight. Wyatt Hendrickson actually gave up a 4-pointer to get this started
Early,
against Trent
yeah.
Hilger, and then he responded like the He-Man that he is. Got a takedown, then another takedown, 2 guts, and that was all the scoring we had in that match.
Yeah, and Hendrickson's going to face probably the biggest surprise finalist, Demetrius Thomas. Yeah, kind of came out of nowhere.
Tough pass.
Beats Hayden Zilmer, world team member 2023, and then beats Jordan Wood. What'd you say?
2022.
2022.
Yeah, he beat Gwiz.
Yeah, okay.
23 was Mason.
Okay.
And Gable.
Thank you. But
okay.
still
Sorry.
surprise finalist.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Hendrickson, he's looking good. He's a huge favorite there.
Yeah. So that's going to be, those are the finals. Tyler has not been back. I have no idea how long this video's been going
Could
on.
be 2 minutes.
There's no way to know what I should do. I didn't complain. I was curious.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know if there was some agreed upon time limit. But I will say, while we're wearing these shirts, I bet he's still here. Gary Abbott, yes he is. Can you zoom? Is
He's
that thing
always-
on the zoom?
Where is he?
He's always the
if
last.
you walk, he's all the
Always
way
the
there.
last person here.
He's always the last one there.
Let's go.
Let's go say it.
Let's go see.
All right.
Also, so men's freestyle finals tomorrow.
Yes.
Do you know what time they're at, Christian?
I want to say.
Do you want me to look on my phone?
Yeah, look that up. I want to.
Okay.
It's in the. So East Coast time, I think it's probably gonna be like 8 or 9.
9?
Yeah, pretty late.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways,
This is the
that's
venue,
fun.
too.
This is the venue
Beautiful.
right here. It's Las Vegas, and we're wearing these shirts because see how do you not see that beautiful man? So Gary Abbott has worked at USA Wrestling for like 30 years.
He's the GOAT. Gary the GOAT.
He's literally the GOAT.
He walks so wrestling media could run.
Yeah. So we can still probably crawl. We don't run.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is Gary Abbott. He's just going to be here for a couple more hours. He's really mad at us for probably doing this. There's a smile. He's not mad. He loves it.
Hey, my wife wants a few of them, so
We got to hook.
I
We'll
have
hook.
to get an order for me.
We're happy. Pat Fox will have a Gary Abbott shirt.
Leave Gary alone.
All right,
yeah.
Justin Hart.
All right.
He's Gary's personal bodyguard. But anyway,
Finals, 6 p.m. Pacific,
Yes.
9 Eastern,
yes.
tomorrow night.
So make sure you're tuning in for that. Make sure. And yeah, so anyways, Gary is retiring, which I didn't know he was allowed to do.
Yeah.
But apparently he's allowed to retire. I'm against that, but he is. This is his last U.S. Open, so we all surprised him. You can show the boys. No, stop. Oh my gosh, I thought he was gonna.
I'm good.
I thought he was gonna. I got scared. But anyways, all the Flow boys. Well, Andy Hamilton was kind of the mastermind behind this. There he is. Andy just loves wearing flashy clothes. Classic Yankees fan, you know, always showboating. But anyways, we'll probably post the pictures everywhere. I think tomorrow there's a bunch of other people that are gonna have these shirts, but we were the first. Anyways, I don't know how long we've been going because Tyler's totally quit on his job, but we're done. That's a wrap. Great day at the U.S. Open. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.